Okay, so let's cover a few more things in the InspectionWare sandboxing. So we'll go to the data manager and you click here, shortcut key A for add, and then I'm select that using my arrow key, add again, and build data set. Okay, so click predefined, and I'm going to do C-scan. So something happened and we just got data, so I'll show you what that is. And I thought this was interesting, and it sort of shows a little more of the sort of complex properties in InspectionWare. So I'll bring out my editor view and I'll bring out a property view. I'll put the properties over here. So tidy this. Okay, so I'm dragging this output on here, and you can see there's something called a fill script, and that is what has dropped on over here. So it's a big long property, and that sort of shows you the reason for the editor window, because that whole thing on the right here is that single property. The tooltip shows a little bit, but not all of it. And what that is just a small language saying, I want a region of type 2, which is a circle of amplitude 37, starting at x equals 9 to x equals 15, y equals 7 to y 13. And just a little hint there to show you, you can add one of these. So I can add a rectangular region, put it at 55, and whatever. Let's do 33 to 44 and 22 to 33. And press go, and you can see it ends up there. A lot of these things will either take index-based or named-based variables. In this case, it comes out named. The automated task just uses an index variable. And we can press execute. Another tip that when you have focus, remember focus on the node, up arrow, down arrow. F5 is a tool tip to run it, and I can drag it onto this desktop here, and we get a view there, and you can see the little rectangle we made there that messed up the view. I can just edit it here, get rid of it, go press F5 over there, and we're all fixed up. Lots of capability on the palettes. I can, there's selected ones in there. There's many tools to put in there that you can do. There's a lot you can delve into, and we're not going to get into it, but lots of capability there to know. Okay, so remember these sort of windows, if I close them, they're still there, which may be useful, but you do probably want to get rid of them because they're kind of temporary usually. Let's look at a quick user interface. So this gives us a user interface, which is sort of basically a GUI. And this icon is design mode, and that means keystrokes, mouse actions go to editing the interface, not to acting on the interface. So here we go. So now we're in design mode. You can see it's gone black, and we have the capability to add things. So as usual, we can add with a context menu or the toolbox. These are all also in the toolbox. So data viewer, and we'll get started there. Now, I will typically anchor this so you can see the arrows saying I'm attached to the left and the top. If I go anchor selected controls all, these are pointing down. So now this will follow and stick to the sides of the windows. Okay, and I'm going to do, I'll do 2 by 2. I don't know if I need it, but we'll find out. Okay, and then drag that one on there, that one on there. Okay, So double click will maximize one of the views. That's the same thing there. Double click or that one brings it back. I'm just going to go back to design mode. So did that. Now we're editing the data viewer, and I can take off lock splits, lock number, and at this point these are editable, and so I can drag that. It'll swap them around and things like that. So this we can do a really nice user interface. I use this interface definitely for sandboxing. So it's you know, you can use that. Let's go to the toolbox, and let's just do. How about we'll do add gain, and we can go here. Let's add 6 dB of gain. Run it, and I guess these are going to be saturated. You can drag this out onto the interface, and you notice that it's gone into design mode automatically. Why don't we put a spinner on that? And see, that's adjusting the gain on that tool. So there's lots we can explore. The toolbox, you can go into user interfaces, and you can see there's a lot of controls. There's a palette control. We can drag that out. Put that on there. There's point data readouts, state displays, a whole bunch of other things, pictures, editors, and so on forth. Just the main thing to know is there's a lot of stuff in there. And in the same way, I think, there's a lot of signal processing. There's hundreds of signal processing algorithms that, you can just drag on. So let's find, how about average 2D? So we do put that one on, and we know the average is 8.6 of the first one, and -7 in the second one. And remember, the top one gives you both. And then an averaging filter, so that would be different than an average. So that one we could drag out, and you could see it's probably not going to do much. Let's make the length, I don't know, 9. Try 9 by 9, see if that does anything. Enter F5 runs. Yeah, it makes a little bit of a difference. You can see it. Now let's go nuts too. Well, not that nuts. So enter F5, and it's gone away. It's averaged it out. Maybe is it too big? Yeah, it's probably overflown some limits. So enter F5. Yeah, it's averaged itself out there. And that one, you can see there's a little bit left there. Okay, so lots of stuff in the toolbox there, and I think that's good for now.